what's up? It's DJ. Here's your Farm Sim news for Friday, November the 7th. Looks like Farmcon is going to be a little bit later this year, as Giant Software have posted a short blog saying the Farmcon 26 will be moved back a month to the first weekend in August compared to the first weekend in July the past few years. This is almost always located at a tractor or machinery brand somewhere in Germany and is where we get to see upcoming DLCs and expansions. Currently, only the dates are announced, August 1st and 2nd, not the location. However, once that announcement is made, I will let you know. Additionally, if you're going to be at Agritechnica next week in Hanover, Germany, you can find Farming Simulator and P32 with stage shows, live multiplayer, and more. Jumping over to Modern News, Oxygen David dropped some more screenshots of their upcoming Witcombe Park farm map, showing off some new houses that have been scattered around the map. He also says that most of the village areas are done, and the next step is to build up a pub, followed by more farm buildings and structures. I've been able to show off about half of the screenshots provided today, so if you'd like to see the rest of them, you can check out Oxy, link down below. Next up, Black Sheep Modding have shared some more information and screenshots on their upcoming Pichonniere Valley map, with this week's theme being View from the Sky. We get to see the PDA with more screenshots of the main farm from above, forestry areas, pathways, and more. As mentioned earlier this week, the map is currently going through internal testing with the BSM guys and their partners, and once they're happy with the progress, they will send the map off for testing on all platforms. Additionally, our buddy Zero dropped a video yesterday showing off the map, and if you'd like to check that out, of course, you know where's that, link down below. More information on East Vineland, New Jersey's MacTrucker921 has shared that the map is about 98% done at the moment. Just going through some small things like details and finishing up some internal testing, then it's off for testing. This was a pretty popular map back in FS22 with 4 stars and over 4,500 votes. It's great to see it coming back. That's all for maps, so let's talk about mods. Modding's John Deere 6M that we showed off in yesterday's video is currently awaiting testing with the mod up team. It's a very nice tractor, and it's got some epic sounds as well. I highly recommend checking that video out if you missed it yesterday. In the meantime, Dents is also working on some other projects, one that he says is massive and never seen before coming from me. My biggest project yet for sure, and it really is the biggest, and it's green too. Now, I would say something probably like an 8 or 9000 series. However, he does state that a 7R and 8R 2014, as well as another 6 series, are in the works. So whatever he's working on, it has to be bigger than an 8R, right? We know that he did have a 9R, a 9RT, and 9RX in FS22, so maybe it is one of those. Either way, we'll have to wait and see. Some boat news from Gamer Designs, as they reached out to Giant Software directly to inquire about boat mods. To which Giants replied, unless a standard development kit is released on the Giants developer network, it would be difficult to integrate modded boats into the game. As usual for DLC features, they're not publicly available. Probably no surprise there, though at least we have some confirmation that boats are limited, at least until modders can get their hands on them in FS28, but that's assuming that we'll have boats in the next game. Speaking of boats, the Roughneck Modding Crew is a boat trailer which is rumored to have been already submitted for testing. However, I doubt the mod up team will let something like this through, as they clearly didn't want boats to leave the water. You can't even remove boats from the water with heavy lift. I mean, you can pick them up and down, but you can't move them side to side. You have to beach the boat and then you can move it. That's the only way, and a trailer like this would definitely be helpful with that, but hey, can't hurt anything to try, right? We also got a few screenshots of some new beds, including a service bed with opening doors at the bottom and a flat area that goes over the cabin. A much closer look at the winter setup with the snow spreader on the back and snowplow on the front. By the way, we've already looked at that snowplow. And we got kind of like a maintenance bed with what looks to be like a welding machine, I think, maybe something else. Got a couple other bits attached. And going back to one of those boat pics, is that a Cummins logo on the back of the Lizard truck? Zooming in on it, there's no way this is Cummins. It says console, doesn't it? Oh, that's awesome. I really hope that comes with the final version. All right, a few more goodies, including some great news from NM Modding. Their Bunning Lowlander Mk4 manure spreader has been resubmitted for testing, and now that the DLC is out, it can also be submitted for console testing, assuming the Bunning brand isn't locked like the boats are. Additionally, because of the branding, this was only available on PC back in FS22. Had a capacity of 12,000 liters, 12 meter working width at 12 miles an hour, required 120 horsepower, and cost just over $22,000. A lot of twos in there. Fingers crossed all platforms get to enjoy this awesome manure spreader. HR Force have another new mod pack, the Fliegl Transport Container Pack, featuring Wing Vario Chassis V2, Fliegl container replacement for the 20-foot container, and the Lizard container itself. Now, what has been done differently from the base game stuff? Well, the Vario chassis has received various adjustments and new shop options. They've added a truck swap body for the 20-foot containers. The containers have been equipped with their own tension belts and are no longer sold when you sell whatever's in them. You can continue to reuse them. They've also received some new textures for wear and dirt. They now get wet, and they can either be attached manually or automatically. Also, they have selectable manufacturing labels for the containers as well, so you can put whatever you want on the side. Containers now are finally getting some love, but this will also mean they're a lot more useful in the game. So I'm curious, will these get you to use containers more? I use them for one day. And lastly today, ICA's Fan Modding has shared some more pictures of their BarnDom, the big BarnDom, including the kitchen, complete with some coffee and a sandwich. Now, I love that waterfall edge on the island and the minimalist approach. However, I don't think a sink needs to be right beside the stovetop. I think we move that to the island and everybody's good, though I do love the mini coffee machine in the side. Additionally, Ica says that the living area is about 90% done at this time, with some extra work going into the bathroom and some small decorations around the house. This may be one of the first times that we get a PC version and a crossplay version of the same mod from Ica as well, as he says there's a lot of details going into this, so much that he may have to split them up because there is a limited amount of detail that a crossplay mod can have to be accepted on the mod hub. So, 2 different versions, they're not confirmed yet, but very likely. There were also a total of 30 new screenshots released, so I can't post them all here, so check out ICA's to see them all. And if you'd like to see anything more about these mods, modders, or anything else we talked about, of course, links to everything can be found down below. Remember, there are no release dates for mods, so no one knows when anything's going to be released. And if you like this video, you can check out the Farm Sim News playlist for all the latest news and top stories going on in the world of Farming Simulator. And there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like on it, get subscribed if you're new, enjoy the DjGoHam fam, double check your notifications, that way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have a great day, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you Monday. Hey. So now the news is done. Bring on the mods. What kind of goodies we got to take a look at today?